Hello, this is Dee Dee from Decor, and today I'm going to be painting this beautiful mirror for my closet. Right now I'm standing in my closet as I'm currently working on a closet makeover, and this mirror is going to be mounted on this wall. I'm not a big fan of gold, so I'm going to go ahead and paint this mirror, and today I'm using the Saint Blanc vintage furniture paint, and this one is in coffee bean. I'm going to paint it dark in the dark brown, and then I'm going to coat it with the Saint Blanc organza shimmer coat. The shimmer coat gives a nice shimmery coat, metallic coat to it. Comes in about 7 different colors, so I have a few here that I may play with. This one's pearl gold, this one's pewter, and this one's the oil rub bronze. But I'm kind of doing some bronze accents here in the room with my chandelier, so I wanted the mirror to be on kind of the bronze tone. So typically when I paint mirrors, I remove the entire mirror piece. But on this piece, I removed the cardboard back, and when I discovered the back was very secured, it had some wood blocks on it and a lot of staples, so I was afraid to take off all that I'd break the mirror. So the reason why I like to take the backs off as a mirror is because your reflective surface shows what the underside was originally painted. Since this mirror is gold, it'll be okay. You're going to see a little bit of the gold reflection, but since we're going to have the oil rub bronze kind of look to it, it'll be okay. So I went ahead and taped off the mirror. I used paper, a lot of paper and a little bit of tape to paint off the mirror. Some mirrors you don't have to tape off, you can scrape, but I just chose to go ahead and tape things off instead of doing the after with the razor blade. Go ahead and paint the mirror. May take a couple coats to get it the color I want, but the first coat, if I apply a heavy coat, I may not need a second coat. I may just need a couple little touch-ups. So I'm going to go ahead and start painting. I'll show you a couple tight close-up shots as I paint, but I will bring up on that and we'll talk about the organza a little bit. I had to use a little bit of a pouncing method in order to get into these crevices. Since there's so many crevices in this mirror, I kind of use a pouncing method as I'm painting, just to make sure I have enough, I fill into all those crevices and make sure that everything's filled in. So I'm going to go ahead, and the first coat's done. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to seal up my paintbrush while this dries, and we'll come back for a second coat. And I have the first coat done on the mirror. So there's some little bit of gold still showing through on this first coat. So I'm going to go back with the second coat and just kind of hit those spots that are showing through. And then once I have that second coat done, I'll come back and we'll show you how to use the organza shimmer coat to get the final coat onto this piece. My second coat on the mirror, and then we'll get working with the organza and show you how that works. Okay, so we're done with the second coat. I'm going to let this dry, and once this is dry, we'll be back with the organza. Back, and my mirror has 2 coats of paint, and it is dry right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the organza shimmer, and I'm using the oil rub bronze. And as you can kind of see, it's really thick. It doesn't take much of the organza shimmer coat to cover, and it does dry quickly because you're using such a light coat. So what I'm going to do is I just have a plate. You can use You can use a paper towel, you can use the extra paper here, but basically I'm going to dip my brush in and then I'm going to offload it onto a plate. And that offloading kind of spreads it out, thins it out, and then what I'm going to do is just I'm using a cheap chip brush for this because I want to get into all the grooves that's into this mirror. So I just kind of start putting it on. And I'm going to come over here, just kind of you can wipe it off if you like. If you want some of the chocolate brown to kind of show through that I put on, or you can just leave it solid on there. But I'm going to come over here. So I'm offloading the brush, and then I just kind of start kind of jamming it down into all the crevices. I need to make sure I get my edges real well. Get the back of the sides of the frame, and just keep jamming it and working it into the area. And this gives this mirror a nice oil rub bronze shimmer finish. So if I was able to remove the mirror like I wanted to, I was going to spray paint this mirror with an oil rub bronze spray paint. But since I couldn't remove the mirror, I decided to go ahead and use the Maison Blanc organza shimmer to get that same finish of the sprayed metallic spray paint. So I'll kind of show you. You can kind of see how shimmery and how pretty that finish is. And it looks like just like the oil rub bronze. We're on the frame with the oil rub bronze organza, and then it'll be dry by then, and then I'll come back once I have everything finished. I have the first coat, the coat of the oil rub bronze organza shimmer coat on the mirror, and I went ahead and I opened the pearl gold, which is a real light gold shimmer. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Load some onto my brush and then offload it onto my plate. And this is just to spread it back out. And I just want a real, I almost want to kind of dry brush this on with some real light brush strokes, just to hit the top parts of my mirror. I can kind of offload it onto the paper as well. Brush strokes. Load some back on there. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but you just see a shimmer on my plate, but it's not much. So I'm just hitting real light. My mirror is complete, and I'll let it dry real good. And then I will hang it up on the wall, and I'll show you some great before and after still photos.